And the last that we'll cover here is what we call emotional data, this idea of building trust and truth in a new world. So as I mentioned at the beginning, the idea that Edelman came out with, which was their trust barometer, and it's fascinating to me, the two things here. And again, this is probably my favorite thing to talk about when we talk about content marketing. The thing, we talked about the trust being really, really low, and that fact the business scored the highest over government, et cetera, sort of in their matrix there, the idea that business is really the only one that's now considered competent and ethical. In other words, the only institution that's still trusted, even if it's just barely. That's a fascinating thing to me. Here was the more fascinating thing to me. And I know there's going to be some talk about sustainability later today and account-based marketing and all sorts of things. This feeds right into all of that, which is the headline. And my favorite, by the way, the Edelman Trust Barometer may be one of my favorite pieces of content marketing that has existed. I mean, they've done this for now a decade. It's just a remarkable piece of work that Edelman has done there. It's just a fascinating thing. Their headline there, societal leadership is now a core function of business. I love that. I love that headline. That's the headline. Societal leadership is now a core function of business. Now, why did they say that? Because what they talked about was the level of trust. Now, I'm going to get these numbers slightly wrong here because I can never keep them straight in my head. But basically, 65% of us will now make a decision about being employed by a company based on the story that they're telling and the trust that they're building with their content. 85% of us will make an investment in a company based on the story that they're telling and the societal leadership that they're taking. And 45% of us will make a purchase decision from a company based on the societal leadership and the content and the story that they're telling. So I used to say content marketing is this wonderful lead generation, brand building, wonderful direct marketing replacement idea for what it is you're doing. And it's a wonderful opportunity. And now I say, nope, content marketing is a responsibility. Any company not doing any form of content marketing these days is abdicating of responsibility. And so it has become that important in business to be able to differentiate yourself through the leadership that you're taking in creating the content and stories that you're taking that address the issues, the thought leadership. Doesn't mean we have to all talk about sustainability and climate change and all those things in the same, equity and diversity and all those things in the same way. What it means is that we have to take positions. As businesses, as marketers, as leaders in communication, we have to now take positions on the things that matter to us as a business. And we have to tell that story effectively to create that trust in our consumers.